Hey there, it's Brian from Winter Garden Yoga. And first and foremost, I want to say thank you for helping us get to 400 subscribers. That really means a lot, and we really appreciate that you're subscribing to our channel and that you're benefiting from what we offer. Thanks a million. That's why we're putting together this bonus video. And just a gentle reminder, when we hit 500 subscribers, we'll do our very first 7-day yoga challenge. And that's when I'll produce 20 to 30 minute follow-along yoga videos 7 days straight, all levels. It won't matter if you're an absolute beginner or if you are a seasoned yogi, you'll get something from the 7-day yoga challenge. Now today, as the bonus video for saying thank you for getting us to 400 subscribers, we're going to borrow from Dr. Eric Goodman. I first heard about the 8-point plank when I was checking out Dr. Goodman's excellent YouTube channel. I will put a link to it in the description below. And in it, he has an exercise called the 8-point plank. We do something similar at Winter Garden Yoga. We call it the low plank. But the little modifications that Dr. Goodman puts on his version are very powerful, very potent, very abs-oriented plank. So, first things first, let's go over a couple of terms and let's make sure we're doing it correctly. Number one is called retracting the skull. So if I turn sideways, if I look this way, but I pull my head back this way, that's retraction. If I push my face forward, it's protraction. We want to retract the skull. You're just pulling your head straight back. Hopefully in a good way, you'll feel your neck muscles tighten up in a nice way. So step one is to retract the skull. What we're talking about is just pulling your face straight back. The second technique is protraction of the shoulder blades. When you protract your shoulder blades, they move away from your spine. So for example, the way our chief instructor, Kathy, describes it is imagine hugging a tree. So if you hug a tree, hopefully you feel your shoulder blades move away from your spine and you flex your spine slightly. So this is protraction, this sort of a movement. Your spine will be flexed, your shoulder blades move away from your spine, combined with the retraction. Now third and final is what happens with your hips. The goal of the 8-point plank, the goal is to feel some really good tension in your abs. In particular, kind of under your belly button and between your pubic bone, really in the lower part of the abs. If, as you're doing the 8-point plank, if you start to feel it in your low back, that could mean try to tuck your pelvis under a little bit. Don't let your butt drift up if you can help it, okay? So those are 3 things we're trying to do. Retract the skull, just pull the skull back. Protract the shoulder blades, move the shoulder blades away from your spine, and you may need to do a posterior pelvic tilt. You may or may not. The yellow flag to look for is where do you feel it. You want to feel the exercise happening here, not here. Okay, so let's get on with it. We know what to do, let's give it a try. So here's what we do. Come onto your tummy in a Sphinx position. The 8-point plank, the 8 points are your hands, elbows, knees, and your toes. So from this Sphinx position, toes tucked, you want your elbow slightly in front of your shoulder. Not directly under it, but slightly in front of. I won't be able to talk once I get into it. Once you have your hands in place, elbows in place, toes in place, look forward. First thing is to retract your skull. Next thing is to protract. So I'm trying to push my forearms into the ground. I'm trying to get my shoulder blades really far away from my spine. And I'm trying maybe to tuck my pelvis under if I don't feel it in my abs. And then just gently come down. The way I think of it is a head to toe abs move. Because I think with my head first, then my rib cage, and then my pelvis. Maybe you can think of it that way too, like a top to bottom way of doing a plank. Let me show you kind of what to look out for. Let's say you got it set up properly, toes tucked, etc., etc. Try not to pop up into it this way. If you notice, when I do it correctly, my hips stay relatively low. Retract the skull, protract the scapula, peel my belly button off the ground. Come down. Take your time with this one. It's not super easy, but it is super beneficial. Take your time. Go slow. Eventually, work your way, try to work your way to hold the 8-point plank longer and longer. Maybe it's only 1 second, and that's okay. Try to build your way up to 30 seconds, maybe even a full minute. In the video clip that I'm going to share with you from Dr. Goodman, he does the plank, 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest for 4 minutes. It's extremely challenging. It's a lot of fun. So again, thank you for getting us to 400 subscribers. I hope you enjoyed the 8-point plank. Take your time with it. Enjoy. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks.